Do that. Cool. Awesome, everybody. So yeah, welcome to the vendor question answer, just sort of information gathering time. I thought we could just kind of start by going around and saying like our names and our businesses, what we sell, where we're located, just to kind of get to know each other a little more. You obviously all know me. I'm the one who's just been emailing you for months now, and so thank you. I'm Martha, working at Friends of Woodford's Corner, and I'll let Teresa go next.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm Teresa Valier, and I'm the president of the Friends of Woodford's Corner. And what do I sell? I sell Woodford's Corner. That's pretty much what we sell. I guess, yeah, we pretty much like sell it as the best neighborhood in the state of Maine. So, yeah, that's it.
Katie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So hi, I'm Katie. I am the newest graduate assistant working with the Friends of Woodford's Corner. I, like Martha, I'm going to be at the market every Thursday and just kind of doing all the things. So
Awesome.
I'm excited to be here.
Alyssa, would you like to go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm the pastor of Woodford's Church, and I just would like to say that I can't even describe to you how excited we were when Friends of Woodford's Corner and Teresa and Martha reached out to us about potentially hosting. It's really great to be in the Woodford's community, and we want to help build community as best we can. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this initiative. We're all really excited about it.
And Alyssa, thank you and everybody at the church. We are so grateful that you wanted to be our site sponsor, and we're so excited to be working with you. I'm just kind of going down my screen. Janelle, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle with my partner, Ross. I run New Spoke Farm. We are currently a 1/4 acre mixed veggie farm. I say currently because we're hoping to expand our acreage in the future. And we farm in gray. We'll be bringing lots of different veggies and seedlings to market, and maybe, yeah, that'll be that.
Awesome. Janelle, I think New Spoke was our first veggie farmer to sign up. So yay, very excited. Monica, you're up.
Yeah, hi, I'm Monica. I own a small home-based dog treat business. Oh, and that's my dog who I'm gonna try desperately to keep quiet during this. I'm really excited to be here. I actually just moved myself and my business from the Boston area. And I'm currently located in South Portland. So yeah, so this will be my first season vending in Maine. So I'm really excited and excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, excited to have you.
Thanks.
Erin, I can't tell if you're.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, sorry. I'm Erin Evans. I am Overland Apiaries. We have existed in one form or another since 2008, and I actually live and operate most of my operation off of Capissick Street, so I think I'm probably the closest market member. I sell honey and beeswax products and maybe some cut flowers or some occasional things, and eggs. I have chickens. So yeah, I'm really super excited about this market. Years and years ago, when I first started beekeeping, I used to participate in the Saturday farmers market with Fishbowl Farms. I would just run down there in the mornings and bring my honey and kind of spell the farmer after he set up for a couple of hours. And I absolutely loved the interaction. It was super fun, but I don't have enough supply to be a year-round vendor at a market of that size. because it's just me and the bees. So thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely, Erin. Happy to have you. And Max, hi. So glad you could join us.
Hi, sorry, I had to delete Zoom and then re-download it, but everything works now.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm Max Burtis. I own an oyster farm and kelp farm and clam farm on the New Meadows River in Brunswick, Maine. I do this with my father. And yeah, we'll be bringing oysters and clams to the market this summer.
can't wait. Thanks, Max. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, we just had some kind of some basics that we wanted to go over with everybody today, just so that, you know, day one, you're not like, what's happening, like I would be feeling. So the first thing we wanted to do is show you the layout of the market, like what it'll look like at the Woodford's Church. So I'm going to share my screen, and I was actually going to ask Teresa, if you wouldn't mind kind of walking us through what it'll look like. I know you've
Sure.
been.
I'm not sure how many people are familiar with the Woodford's Church parking lot. It's on Woodford Street, right in Woodford's corner. Woodford's. So the street at the top is Woodford Street. Across from the street is like, there's a, excuse me, there's a funeral home and the Woodford's Club. So if you're familiar with that area, this is a big parking lot. It's a very large parking lot. We, in the fall, have been running Corner Fest with Woodford's Congregational Church as a huge block party in this lot over the years. So we've decided, and the church is letting us use this whole section, which is about a third of the parking lot. And you can see that we have vendors lined up in 2 rows. So the red line is where we want to keep, that's the back of your setup. We want to keep pedestrians in the center aisle between the 2 rows of farmers. Up at the top, we'll have our tents. We'll always have the Friends of Woodford's Corner tent, which is the information booth, and the SNAP and Harvest Bucks. And then there'll also be another tent, which we call the Spotlight tent. One of the things we're trying to do in our market is to really always have a spotlight on an organization that is about food access or about sustainability. So we've got rotating exhibitors that are going to come and use that one table there. We'll also have way out back, we'll have a musician. We have a tent. We're letting one musician sign up for each farmer's market. So that'll be up in the back under the trees here. I'm using my mouse. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. Am I a co-host? No. Okay. So at the bottom of the picture where it says 35 feet, that's where the musician will be. That's also where we have a storage container that is going to hold all our tents, our tables, our sandbags, our signage. So that's where that's all going to live. So what will happen is that this is open for parking. All those parking spaces where you see the 3 vehicles will remain open for parking. It's a requirement of the city that we have parking available at the farmers market. We are also requesting some overflow parking across the street at the Woodford's Club. So trying to think of what else. Vehicles will be, for those of you that have just tables only, you'll just have a spot that's a 10 by 10 spot for a table. For those of you that have vehicle, and you'll have a 30 by 10 foot spot. So that's your vehicle is lined up and then your tent is right next to it. So we can be nice and kind of long and skinny in the lot. Does that make sense how we have it? What we'll probably do is have people drive in and first come, first serve, come in, and as we're setting up in the afternoon, you just pull in and start from the back and fill in so that people can get in. Because once you're in, and especially on the road to the right, you're in for the market because it'll be difficult to move other vehicles to get in and out. It's not like we have a lot of maneuvering space. That's along the property line. You'll be right up tucked up against the property line. There'll be, I should say there will be access to a bathroom. We'll have keys access, meaning the market managers. That's either myself or Katie or Martha will have access, and we'll walk you through how to get to the back bathroom. That will be for volunteers and for vendors only. They're not open to the public. What else about that? What else, Martha, can you think of?
I was just gonna talk about when to set up.
Oh, yeah.
So so somebody at Woodford's Corner, me or Teresa or Katie, probably one of our board members will be on site at the market the entire time. You know, you'll always be able to find one of us. Starting at 1:30. So the market will officially be open to shoppers at 3. So you can get there as early as 1:30 to set up. Not everyone needs that much time, so you don't have to get there that early. Just make sure to get there no later than 2:30 so that, you know, there's time to set up and, you know, you get all red lights or something like that. And then the market closes at 7, and I'm sure everyone will want to just pack up and go right home. We're committed to staying there till 8. So yeah, does that all make sense to everybody? Cool. Any final questions about the layout or anything like that? That kind of makes sense. Cool.
There will be one food truck at the market each week. Janelle, you have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, just confirming that I'm understanding you correctly, Teresa. First come, first serve, meaning that like we don't have set booths every week.
Yeah, because the timing of getting through the traffic, and if somebody comes in that's late and you guys are already lined up on the outside row, it's going to mess up how did we get you in there? So that's why we thought we'll just have people feed in. You have a guaranteed spot always, because you've guaranteed your spots. And so, yeah, but you won't have this necessarily the same one just because of the way people will queue in to the space.
Got it. Thank you.
I think another thing to mention, that while there'll be a food truck, as I said, and that will change week to week. Actually, we're gonna have the ice cream people there rather frequently because neighbors around here want an ice cream truck so they can drag their kids to the farmer's market. They said they're pretty sure they can get all those little ones to walk over. So we have 9,000 people that live within walking distance of this spot. So we were hoping that the vast majority of the market will be serving the locals walking over. And we really want to make it kind of fun and friendly and neighbory. So any ideas that you guys have, we're going to be very open to making this a fun and neighbory kind of event. Monica?
Sorry to go back to parking. But so I understand there's the 10 by 30, and then for folks who just have tables, the 10 by 10s. So for the 10 by 10s, are you still pulling a vehicle in, or you're parking somewhere and offloading?
You're not parking right where the tents are. You're gonna offload and then move your vehicle probably to the back row, to the far back row. There's only a few people that are tents only. Yeah.
Okay. So you can pull in, unload quickly, and
absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then parking right in the lot, like you don't have to go very far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I had another thought, Martha. How do you want people to manage if contacting you if for some reason they can't get to the market? Something happens, something awful, like you won the lottery and you're not coming.
Absolutely. If you win the lottery, give me some. I am going to put my phone number and also Katie's in the chat here. This is our cell phone. So these are the folks me and Katie are who you're going to want to text or call. And Katie, if you have a preference, I know that I don't.
Nope, no preference.
Alyssa, did you have a question?
I just wanted to make a comment about parking. So one thing that in the building over the summers, we do have some youth theater programming that goes on in the building. So if parking is of great concern for you, then you might want to try to give yourself extra time just to make sure that you can get there and find a parking spot. Usually there aren't a ton of cars associated with that camp. It's just parents dropping off their kids. But there could be some at which, let's say, they do a theater production or a camp event at some time. In those cases, there might be a few less parking spots than normal. So just
Oh, we lost you, Mike.
leave yourself time to make sure you have a good parking spot.
That's great. I'm glad Alyssa brought that up. So when you look at the building on the left, that is the top half of that building is the church. It's a hall at the church, and the lower half with the darker roof is actually the Stages Youth Theater. And so that's the program that runs that programs with kids that will be running during the summer. All right.
Yeah.
Did
thanks
you
for
get-
bringing that up.
Did you have your hand up again, Alyssa, or did I? No, okay. Yeah. We will have everything all written out, especially an email out to you guys as well with phone numbers of who to contact and all that. I know Martha's been collecting information from everybody about your emergency contact info. Should you, God forbid, I don't know, like win the lottery and walk away and leave your truck there, then we want to know who to call. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like that kind of information will all be present, and we'll have paper copies of that stuff as well at the market.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to be over prepared in the best way possible. So. Cool. Okay, kind of moving on from the site. So those of you who are selling, I think maybe everybody here who are selling food products that folks who receive SNAP and or Maine Harvest Bucks, which is produce only. We will be taking SNAP and Maine Harvest Bucks at the market. So I'm gonna go to this here. So what that'll look like on your end. So SNAP, for anyone who's unfamiliar, is the term for like food stamps. And what folks will do who want to use their SNAP is they'll come to our tent, and we've got this little machine that they put in their EBT card, and however much they want to take out, they can take that out in SNAP as tokens. These are the pictures of like our tokens. So SNAP can be used for any food product, produce and fish and honey and things like that. And you'll see that they'll have these orange tokens that are in denominations of $1 and $5. And so an important thing to know about this is it's like no change given. So they're going to want to use up the whole, $2 full dollars or $7 full dollars, that kind of thing. And then there's something called Maine Harvest Bucks, which is can be redeemed for fruits and veggies only. And so these will be the green tokens. So for anybody who's selling fruits and veggies, then you might see these. And so yeah, we will be doing this awesome program at the farmers market. And then at the end of each market, we'll come around, me or Katie or Teresa, and collect any tokens that you might have received. We're working with Maine Federation of Farmers Markets this year as our financial sponsor to like redeem the tokens so that you get paid, get paid for the produce and the food that you sell. If that makes sense. And also, along with tokens, you might see something that looks like this. Whoops, kind of like a voucher, like a piece of like a slip of paper. So that's another way that you might see SNAP and Maine Harvest Bucks being redeemed. Teresa, did I miss anything? Is that super confusing?
I think has anybody done the SNAP program before? Anybody at any other markets? So Janelle's done it. Anybody else? Okay. So it really is, it's this way, a very easy way that allows people to really participate fully in the market, using their benefits. And what's kind of nice is that because we just take them and we will record for you what you turn back into us. And then monthly, the Maine Federation of Farmers Market will issue you a check to pay you for all the tokens that people have spent at your table each month. And so, yeah, it works really well. I mean, it's a really important part of the market, especially around here. We have a lot of people that in this area that will use SNAP benefits and will definitely take advantage of the Harvest Bucks. So yeah, what do people have questions about how it works? I mean, we'll certainly be there and help people navigate it. Especially if you're new to it, we'll help do that when the market opens. But do people have questions now?
I just had a question of interest sake. So for those of you who don't know, I forgot to mention, the church will occasionally be selling baked beans at the farmer's market. So if I take it, there would only be, they could only use orange tokens. That would be the only thing available for food. Like, we're not selling seedlings. So if it goes to us, we would then turn them into you. And then I take it the 3.3% fee for reimbursement comes off of what we would get back. Is that right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's the transaction fee. Just like if you were
Okay.
using Square or something like that,
Okay.
there's a transaction fee.
Okay, thank you.
And I believe, can SNAP be used for prepared food? So I don't think they can be used at like the food. truck.
Groceries only, I
Groceries.
believe, right?
Yeah.
You use SNAP for groceries only. You don't use SNAP in prepared food like restaurants or food carts.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and baked beans would be considered a prepared food.
It's a prepared
Got it.
food prepared
it.
to eat on site. So yeah, that's an on-site edible. So that's more
Okay.
of a prepared food that doesn't apply.
Okay, thank you. And for that market bucks too, right?
Harvest Bucks are, yeah, if you get your SNAP dollars, right, you get your SNAP tokens, you can get additional fruits and veggies, which is the effort to get people to eat more fruits and veggies, fresh fruits and veggies. So yeah, you have to be using your SNAP, and it would apply the same way. They have to be for produce or for food to be cooked at home. Yeah.
And the same thing with the ones at the bottom of this cheat sheet, that look like dollar bills.
Yeah,
Those are
not
also,
not for restaurants.
Okay.
not
All
for
right, thank
prepared
you.
foods.
thanks.
And something else too, like other farmers markets around here, including the Portland Farmers Market, uses a similar system of tokens. So ours look very different from theirs. The Portland Farmers Markets have wooden ones, and they're really pretty. They're a wooden color, and I think I don't remember what the printed color is, but those are wooden and like a wooden color. And so we wanted to really stand out from those and make them look different. But there may be some confusion from here or there. So we're going to have this cheat sheet up for everybody. We're going to have it at the market for you. So you just want to make sure that you're going for like the fully colored, kind of like plastic. It's like an eco plastic, green and orange. So
Yeah, we wouldn't take wooden wooden tokens from like wooden nickels. You don't take those. Janelle, do you have any comments for people new about doing this since you've done it before?
It's really straightforward once you get the hang of it. The big thing that I would stress is the no cash change, just encourage folks to like round up their purchase. I don't know how well that works with like more value added products, but I know with like, veggies, it's really easy to be like, well, just grab another bunch of kale, that seems to be the friction that I've had the most using these sorts of things is like
Mhm.
the cash and making sure like people are getting as close to the value as possible. But it's always pretty easy once it gets going.
But you can use the change from in the dollar amounts. So if somebody spends only $3, you can give them two $1 tokens back, correct? Right. You just don't do American coin, right? So.
Yeah, as long as you have the tokens to give back.
Right.
Thanks, Janelle. Good pointers. Cool. So next couple of things are pretty fun. We wanted to let everybody know that we are going to be each week sending out a newsletter to everybody who receives the Friends of Woodford's Corner newsletter, which is
1,500 people.
1,500, amazing. And so each week we're going to be, essentially saying who's at the market this week, because we have lots of vendors who are there for the full season, and then lots who are going to be there on certain days. And so if there's anything in particular that you want to have in the newsletter, like, oh, I'm going to have eggs this week, or I'm going to have something, let us know when, the week before or something, when we're all at the market, or email. I'll be at my email. You have my phone number now. So however you want to let us know. We're going to be putting that out probably the Sunday before each market. So let us know before that if you can. But yeah, that'll go to at least 1,200 people.
Right. And then our social media also goes out to another about 1,400 after that. So it's quite a few thousand people that go out that follow. So some are, as you guys know, some are Instagram followers, some are Facebook people, and some are newsletter people. So we try to hit all markets. One thing I want to point out, just for ease of, Martha and Katie are actual part-time. And so ideally we get a system down that where we're like, we can get that information from you guys at the market. Like the week before, if this is what's blooming next week, and I'm going to be bringing in a lot of this. Like if we can collect that information at the market the week before, what we do is it helps us, because now we've got to get the marketing organized and ready to roll. And so the sooner we have it, the better. What we don't want to be doing is scrambling over the weekends, trying to find out if people have something. And if everybody's sort of on their own time sending it in, it just kind of backs us up for putting it out. The other thing about marketing, we are begging you guys to put it out on your social media. So as much as possible, just spread the word, invite your friends and aunts and uncles and nephews and nieces and anybody you make eye contact with to come and spend money, because we want you guys to make money and make this worth your while. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And photos too. Send photos. We're going to be making sure we get lots of awesome footage, and for social media and for everything else. So
yeah.
Monica, did you disappear?
Yeah. Oh, did I? Oh
no, just on my screen.
So along those lines of social media and marketing, do you have preferred hashtags, or like should we tag, would it be Woodford Corner or Friends of Woodford Corner, or what are your preferred?
On Facebook, we're Friends of Woodford's Corner. On
Okay.
Instagram, we're Woodford's Corner.
Okay.
So if you want to just follow us on both of those, and then you can just keep sharing further out, that'd be great.
Yeah.
The other part, Martha, if I can add, we would really like to do like a snapshot and a little story about each of the farmers. Again, for people to actually meet the people who grow their food is a big deal. And I know even at the big farmers markets, there's less time to do that kind of stuff. Ideally, there'll be more of that time, like you can interact a little bit more with people here. And we would love to promote the actual people growing the food or catching the food, or however you're making food happen. So we would like to be able to catch a little, and ideally we'll take a couple snapshots and then get a little, we'll probably send out a questionnaire for you to answer about your market and why you do what you do. And and why you chose Woodford's Corner Market as a place to be a part of. So.
Yeah, thank you for that, Teresa. Good point. That comes to everything that I really wanted you all to know and to talk about tonight. Teresa or Katie, is there anything that I left out that you really wanted to mention?
Todd just joined us. Did you see that?
Yes. Hi, Todd. Hi.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Could not
No,
find the
not
link.
at
It was buried in my email.
Oh, sorry about that, for sure. Would you like to introduce yourself just a little bit? I want to put you on the spot right away. Just say your business and what you sell and where you're located.
Sure. Todd Cretion here, Fair Share Farm. We've got kind of two locations. One is at my house in Portland out at the end of Washington Avenue, where we do all our microgreens and hot peppers and a lot of tomatoes and various other things. And then at our family farm up here in Wayne, we grow the bulk of our kind of diversified vegetables. So, just regular beets and potatoes and salad greens and cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers and radish, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's our second year in production. So we're super happy to be with Woodford Corner Market. It's a huge opportunity. We live just at the end of Washington Avenue. I'm a teacher at Edward Little High School. I teach Spanish. So I kind of bounce between Portland and Auburn and Wayne. So we're really looking forward to it. Happy to answer any questions, but sorry I'm late again, so I missed everybody's introductions, but I'm sure I will see you at the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry that it was buried in all of your email.
No, it's totally my fault. Too many emails.
And Todd, we can kind of catch you up on things that we talked about after this if you want, or we can even schedule another phone call, whatever works best for
Great.
you. Want that.
And you recorded the meeting, Martha. So we also have the recording is going to go out to other farmers who couldn't make it and other vendors. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever works best for you.
Great.
Great. So other comments or thoughts, questions?
Yeah.
You guys, we're going to make it rock. It's going to be the most fun, neighbory, funky, cool farmers market ever.
I will just say that I literally, like, before, my wife's a teacher at Deering High School, and she came home one day and she's like, there's a Instagram post about a farmer's market at Woodford's Corner. And I was like, no shit, are you kidding? And I think that night, sent in the application. I think it's going to be just, I go to Back Cove Books quite a lot, and I was in there the other day and they have a big poster for it. And I said, oh, I'm going to be there. And 3 people in the store were like, oh, we can't wait. So I think it's got a lot of buzz. So I'm super, super happy you guys have put it together, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help with publicity or anything, but I think you are right. It's going to be fun.
Wonderful. Janelle?
I was wondering about, I feel like somewhere I read that maybe the start time was going to change after Labor Day, and I was wondering if that was a definite and what the thinking was behind that. I just am wondering more for our harvest planning. It really kind of changes things for us to have to kind of scoot everything up by an hour. So I'm just wondering if that's something that's totally firm, or if it's something that you guys are interested in feedback around.
That's a great question. Martha, what do you think?
It's something that we've been lightly marketing. So for the most part, we're saying it's from 3 to 7. And then we've been, anyone who's talking about vending or volunteering or music, we've been saying the 2 to 6. We can definitely see how the season goes and kind of hear more feedback, though. I know that other folks have said, maybe Todd, where maybe it was you who said, your day job or you teach or something, so that starting that earlier time might not work for other folks too. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think too, one of the things we were thinking about, but again, we're not farmers. So we were thinking about, it gets by September, and we've done this in lots of events in that parking lot, it starts to get cold and dark in the parking lot. And so we were trying to make it so it's not cold and dark. So, but then again, we got the whole summer to figure this part out. So we are so new at this, and we just, we are open to all the suggestions and the refinement that can come from you guys. So.
Totally. I will just say that it's also cold and dark in the morning. And like by that time of year, sometimes if we're seeing frosts, we can't actually harvest until stuff thaws out.
Right.
So it is just sort of like we see it on both ends of the day.
Right.
So it's just something that I wanted to kind of lift up and maybe, talk about as the season goes on. We're definitely open to like ending earlier. I understand not wanting to stand out there in the dark. I don't really want to do that either.
Mhm.
But the earlier, like the hour earlier start time, I think is going to be really challenging for those of us who have to harvest.
It's a really good point. And yeah, I think that's one of the things we were like, how do we know how many hours is the right number of hours for a farmer to be able to sell their stuff that's worth the drive, right? Because if you don't have enough windows of actual shopper time, we're like, whoa. So yeah, I think we would love, you guys, it's a small enough market where you're going to be our advisory committee the whole time. So yeah, we'll be able to really like take in your feedback and refine it. This is pilot year, so build it the way we want it, right? Monica.
Yeah, so I understand the market is rain or shine, but I also understand that with severe weather, you may cancel. So I'm just wondering if you have like a deadline for canceling and notification and how you're gonna notify.
I don't think we've thought about that. I'm so happy you brought that up.
Our standard for other outdoor events is that we watch the weather really carefully and we try to make the call 24 hours in advance if it looks like severe weather. We wouldn't want you guys to be prepping the morning of and then find out, unless there's a tornado or something that nobody predicted, right? So, which shouldn't happen here, but climate is changing. So, but usually we try to make the call 24 hours in advance on the other events. I would imagine we'll try to shoot for that same thing. Yeah. And then contacting you guys we would directly contact people. We would probably post it, email out, but also directly contact people by text. Yeah, because you want to know as soon as possible before you pick stuff, if you're not going to be delivering it, right? You want to know, so. Would that work for you guys as farmers? Okay.
Yeah, and with that said, I mean, if just like if there's any other type of extenuating circumstances, text or email us or get in touch and say, hey, storm's brewing, what do you think? Like,
right.
As much communication as you all want. There's no such thing as overdoing it, as far as I think. And so, yeah.
Speaking of windy, the parking lot gets windy. I'll be frank. There are times when we have done an event where we're watching our canopies start going across the parking lot. So sandbags, weights are a necessity if you're going to do a canopy. Just heads up, because last year when we did our Corner Fest, we actually had to we had all these canopies set up all over for the huge block party, and we had to remove all the canvases off of them, because it was just crazy. And even though we had lights hanging and everything, it was just like, gets a little like a wind tunnel right there for some reason. So, yeah.
And speaking of other strange circumstances, we'll have a first aid kit with us, bottles of water and sunscreen, things like that. So yeah, just come to our booth. We should be fully stocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd.
Just a quick question. I do a bunch of CSAs in the Riverton and Deering neighborhoods. Would it be okay? I don't think many, I usually deliver, but there are going to be some people here and there who are going to want to come pick up their CSAs. Is that something you've planned for? Is that okay? I mean, it seems to me like it'd be a good thing to bring people to the market, and I'm sure that once they're they'll buy other stuff as well. So I don't think that'll be a ton of people, but any comments or concerns or questions about that?
Yeah, you have it in your space. It's fine. Yeah, you can have your pickups. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, just bring more people in, like you said.
Any other wisdom? Again, you guys have done it more than we have, so Janelle.
This certainly isn't wisdom, and it's more of just like a me specific question. Todd reminded me with the CSA, we do our Portland CSA pickup Thursday evenings as well, but it's at a different location. So I was just wondering, I don't know what vendor, like what space size that we're signed up for, but the plan right now is that like Ross and I will like come together, I'll set up market, and then he'll leave with the van. So just want to make sure that that doesn't mess with anything that you guys had planned.
Yeah, will he be trying to put the van back in next to your tent when he comes back?
Not until like end of market.
Oh, so it probably won't make a difference then. It's really a drop in setup for you, and then he takes off. Yeah, okay. I can't see why that would create any trouble for what we're doing. Yeah.
We still have plenty of time for questions. I was also just gonna say, for anybody who isn't doing a full season, but just has select dates, if you could just stay on after, we'll stop recording. And I just want to double check all those dates. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So we still have plenty of time if there's anything else. Hearing and seeing none. Awesome. Well, you know where to find us if you have any questions or concerns between now and then. It's an understatement to say that we are so excited for this to happen, and we couldn't have done it without all of you as well. So thanks for doing this with us, and thanks for putting up with some of our newbie questions and things like that. But yeah, I think this is just going to be super awesome. We're all so excited for the summer and to go shopping. So yeah.
One last thing I don't think we mentioned is we do have an office in Woodford's Corner now. So if you wanted to set up separate time for some reason to talk to us or learn more about Woodford's Corner and the mission of Friends of Woodford's Corner in general, we'd love to show off the little space right above the bookstore. I know, man, we are in a very cool space and overseeing the corner like overlords at this point. So yeah, we'd be happy to show it off. It's also a chance to have meetings or committee meetings, etc. And yeah, we're thrilled and so grateful that you guys are up for doing this, everybody, and very grateful to the church, Alyssa. The church is like our partners in all kinds of adventures. So here's the next adventure. So.
I went to sleepover camp at Woodford's Corner Church, I'm going to say in 1986. So it's been a long time coming back to the parking lot.
Well, it'll be good to have you back. And thanks everyone for all the good you're doing. I'm really excited for the good you're doing for the world. So thank you. And we're glad we can be part of it. Like I said, Teresa.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Teresa.
everybody.
Thank you. See you in a few weeks.